Hello, my name is Daria Krikonenko. I am a student of Kaluga State University named after Konstantin Eduardovich Tsiolkovsky. I am a future historian, so I worry about the preservation of historical and cultural heritage, especially architectural monuments. Aging and degradation of monuments is an inevitable and regular phenomenon. In natural conditions, this is a relatively long process, which determines the possibility of appropriate social and psychological adaptation of the population. But in the case of corrosive gases, contaminated water, vibration, disturbances in the geological environment, and other factors, the destruction of monuments is accelerated and is often catastrophic. Therefore, the state of the objects of cultural heritage to a certain extent reflects the ecological situation as a whole. In addition, monuments can be destroyed as a result of terrorist acts and military actions. Islamic militants continue to demonstrate to the whole world how they destroy ancient cultural and historical monuments, which by rights are the heritage of all mankind, including Muslims. Now the ancient Palmyra is in danger. It is also called one of the archaeological gems of the Middle East, which preserved architectural masterpieces of Roman times. The whole world worries about the fate of the historical treasures of Palmyra, as radical Islamists have more than once destroyed ancient monuments in the occupied territories. It is necessary to take measures for the preservation of cultural heritage. The matter is topical since the world cultural heritage is an integral part of the universal culture, the way of formation and development of the intellect of the man, the society, the ethnos, the most important repository of historical memory. The integrity of the historical and cultural landscape has recently come to be marred by the unauthorized construction, disfiguring reconstruction of architectural monuments, looting of architectural sites, and so forth. Any city in the world has its own architectural face. Cities built several hundred years ago can boast of their history and unique architectural appearance, a certain special spirit, the imprint of people and events, characteristic for this place. Therefore, it is so important to preserve what is already there, what came to us from the past, what has history, a special, unique, aesthetic, and uniqueness. It is necessary for your self-awareness, for the continuity of generations, for preserving the beauty of the past. In Europe, the attitude to the monuments of history and architecture is much more careful. They are honored and people are proud of their history and preserve its architectural heritage. In European countries, only objects of national importance are restored exclusively from the state budget, and the rest, as a rule, are preserved by joint efforts of the owners and the state. This indicates a respectful attitude towards the monuments of architecture of both the state and the people themselves, in whose private ownership the majority of these houses are. My native town Kaluga is almost 650 years old. Large and small monuments create the historical and cultural environment of Kaluga. Having lost it, we will lose the historic face of the city, respect for ourselves as citizens, and of the younger generation, as it will be deprived of all this. Today, the problem of preserving the construction of the old part of the city, its architectural heritage, is one of the most important and difficult problems. Due to lack of proper care, many objects are dilapidated, simply destroyed. Their appearance changes the color solution. In addition, people often change the facades of buildings beyond recognition with modern materials used for decoration. In early April, a terrible event occurred in Kaluga. The monument of the architecture of the 19th century, House of Bilibins, which has a conservation status, was destroyed. The public of Kaluga considers such a situation unacceptable. At the present time, signatures are collected to the name of the governor, now dilapidated and destroyed. In general, the problem of preserving the historic center of the city is the need and the possibility of adjusting, regenerating, and further developing of Kaluga, taking into account the use of the most modern methods in the field of design and construction, reconstruction and restoration. Currently, in the territory of the Old Town project, there are more than 300 buildings of various forms of ownership, of which about 180 belong to the objects of cultural heritage. The development of the municipal program is caused by the need to overcome the current situation in the sphere of conservation, use, popularization, and state protection of cultural heritage sites. Thus, in order to preserve the cultural heritage of Kaluga, Russia, and other countries, it is necessary to focus public attention and financial resources on specific sites. Inclusion of monuments in the list of cultural heritage sites, attraction of investments, participation of volunteers will help to preserve and restore monuments of history and architecture.